What's up, everybody? Today we are taking a look at the TiRant Razor V3 from Exceed Designs. However, this is the newly released skeletonized titanium version that just came out October of 2024. Now, I had the original TiRant Razor V3, and I've used this knife, owned this knife since it was first released. And I do think that this is a excellent EDC style utility blade. And I had a review on this knife way back when it first came out, and it did pretty well. It's been a very popular knife. However, there has been some improvements, and I want to go over some of those and show off this new knife that just came out. So let's take a look at the box. Very simple packaging, effective, does the job, protects the knife in shipping, but it's nothing, super fancy or luxurious. The outer cardboard sleeve gets a little banged up in shipping. It arrived in a bubble mailer. Here's a look at some of the features that are stated on the box. And let's open this up and have us a look. Some paperwork here. Instruction manual. And there it is. Now, when I first saw photos of this knife on Exceed Designs' Facebook page, immediately I was drawn to the skeletonized look, and having been wanting a V3 version of the TiRant for quite some time, I just couldn't resist. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this knife. I also bought as an accessory this little guy, which is the backspacer that doesn't include the lanyard loop, which I think is a more sleek, compact package. And an extra set of screws, just in case. So let's go ahead and pull this knife out of the box here. We'll take a look though here. First, we got an extra pivot. We got what I do believe are some razor blades here in this little plastic case. I think that is a lock bar insert. Looks like a spare set of screws. And a little Torx driver. Set this off to the side here. So here we have it. Let's go ahead and take a look at these side by side here. I would say very similar in this angle. And as you can see, the old version here, without the skeletonized scales, does not have the captured pivot on the show side. It's a standard Torx. Let's flip it over here. So on this side, I can see we got 2 Torx screws on the left. On the right hand side, the original, we got 1. There is obviously a difference in the clips. Now, I was a big fan of this clip. I know a lot of people, and I harp on this often, a lot of people like milled titanium clips, and I completely get it. But for functionality and just everyday use, it's hard to beat a bent clip like that. This knife here, it's been used a lot. It's broken in. Very great flipping action. Let's try this guy out. Now I did open the box and pull this out because I couldn't wait. So this knife has been flipped 2 or 3 times. So it's got a crisper detent. I just noticed right there. That's, could be good. Yeah. So due to that crisp detent, I would say that this knife has a lot more positive, snappy action to it once the knife does deploy. This one had not a very crisp, pretty soft detent on this one, but it was so smooth and frictionless that I never once had an issue with this knife doing that or that. You can kind of light switch it. Blade just flies out. There you have it. So on this new guy, definitely a better detent, or might even be too good a detent. If you see what just happened right there, finger kind of actually hurts my finger just a little bit, but I'm a sensitive guy. So there you have it. Oh yeah, that is a crisp detent, I would say, but hopefully something I can get used to. Now these knives do ship with a serrated gold blade. I don't have much use for serration, so I opted to have a plain straight edge gold blade installed, and I do think that looks good. So this clip here is still apparently a bent titanium clip, which I do like. Now the little ramp is not as steep as on the old version, and I don't know if that's good or bad. I kind of like the old version because I can just shove it in my pocket without thinking about it. Due to the narrow angle, less of an angle on that new version there on the bottom, I would say that if you wear some thick pants, that might get caught up on the pants. I don't know for a fact. I'd have to test this out. Just an observation. I do like how this clip, though, is more of a deep carry and integrated into the back end of the knife there. That's pretty slick. Not having the hardware to attach like this one. Now, one issue I had with the old version was how hard it was to swap the blade out. It wasn't terrible. It could be done. And just for fun, I can demonstrate that here. So you just grab the little bar here, push over with some force, slide the blade out. It's not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. Totally doable. I do appreciate the toolless blade change. So let's go ahead and try it on this guy. Here's a look at the razor blade. My initial impression sorry, I'm not smart enough to talk and do that at the same time. My initial impression is that it is better. It is easier. And I can see there that this little bar does protrude slightly, which I would assume would give a guy a little more leverage when pushing the bar to release the blade. And I do appreciate that. Here's a look at the little sticker on the blade. If anybody wants to try to scan that just for fun, I'll try to hold this as still as possible for you. The lockup here, let's take a look. Looks good to me. Now I opted for the standard cage bearings, which are ceramic. They do offer skiff bearings as an upgrade, and I previously did that with my Aver knife. Due to cost and expense, I decided to go with the standard ceramic caged bearings, and I don't see any reason to upgrade necessarily unless you're just wanting the best of the best, and I completely get that. I do like that skeletonized pattern. The knife is nice and lightweight. I'm going to flip this knife now that I've taken out of the box and put it to some use. Go ahead and peel this sticker off. I can't take it anymore. Try not to wiggle this around too much. Very attractive knife. Pretty happy with it. Definitely looking forward to putting this to some use. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content with knives, EDC gear. This was your first look at the new TiRant Razor V3 Skeleton Titanium. As always, thank you for watching.